The 7 things you should be talking about today. Number 7.
Conservatives around the country have been the victims of a recent swatting spree, and Alabama-based Larry Taunton became one of the victims after sheriff's deputies stormed his Talladega County home following a false 911 call claiming armed men were shooting inside. If you haven't seen this video, you need to go watch it. Holy cow, it is terrifying. These police officers come to the door, full battle rattle. They are sitting there. They got long guns, and they're ready to wreck shop because they think a shooting's going on. There have been multiple swatting sprees around the country. This one in Alabama. It's captured on the ring cameras, and the video's out there. And the FBI director, Kash Patel, has pledged investigation into this dangerous trend.
Number 6.
The Pell City Police Department. This is a similar story. You ready to watch? I'll tie these two things together. The Pell City Police Department is collaborating with a group called Axon Buses. Rolls off the tongue. To build a network of private security cameras, and they are asking residents to voluntarily share access to their security cameras, doorbell cams, and other cameras they have available at their homes and businesses, saying it will enhance safety and investigation. Some suggest the move could lead to profiling and abuse. I don't know about the profiling part of it, but the abuse part, I don't like it. There are assurances that routine monitoring won't occur, but the program does absolve the police from instances where they accidentally access the camera without a reason. So let me just tell you right now, no way in hell should you.
Number 5.
The IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, have launched widespread airstrikes across Gaza, targeting Hamas infrastructure. How the hell is there any left? Good Lord. Ending a nearly 2-month ceasefire as officials cited the group's refusal to free hostages, despite proposals from President Donald Trump's U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff. Defense Minister Israel Katz warned of intense military action, vowing to continue until all hostages are released, while Hamas blamed Israel for the aggression and demanded a full withdrawal and permanent truce. I just don't know if they're in any position to be like, hey, you guys really need to knock this off. You guys got to stop. And yes, by the way, Israel Katz, that's a real thing. Sounds really cool too.
Number 4.
Also a real name, Alfonso Lart. That is a real name as well. He is a 54-year-old man from Tuskegee. And he has now been charged with looting a Troy home that was damaged by a tornado and taking a hot water heater, fireplace, and electronics after a tornado killed 3 in Alabama and 37 nationwide. Fireplace? I'm going to break into this house and take this fireplace. I mean, how does that even look like? I have absolutely no idea. But anyway, he did that. He tried to sell the stolen items, valued at about $500, at a recycling plant, which is a Class C felony that could net him 366 days to 10 years in prison. I mean, this guy is looting after a tornado. Let's shoot for 10 years. It will probably help with his meth habit, which I don't know that he has, but man, it sounds like he might.
Number 3.
Democrats will not let their rampant unpopularity stop them from defending terrible people. And this is the only thing that explains a judge and his crusade against the Trump administration's move to deport illegal immigrant gang members, suspected, by the way. Make sure we throw that out there. Suspected illegal immigrant gang members to El Salvador. You know, when I saw them lifting up their shirts and showing all of their gang tattoos, I also suspected that they were terrorists. U.S. District Judge, or gangsters, same thing. U.S. District Judge James Boasberg held a hearing yesterday to determine why the Trump administration didn't turn the planes around on his order. And the Trump administration basically said, because that's why. Another favorite martyr for the media right now is Brown University's Dr. Rasha Alawaji. She went to the funeral of the leader of Hezbollah and it was like, what, I can't come back? What's the problem here?
Number 2.
Obviously, U.S. Representative Dale Strong, a Republican out of Monrovia, is not going to be joining a town hall on March 22nd, being put on by a group called Indivisible, which is a George Soros-linked group. This Dale will go to that event. I mean, I'm going to go to the event anyway, but I'm offering myself as tribute. I will sit there and take your questions, but I don't think they want to do that. They want to yell at an empty chair. They won't even talk to me. They're afraid to talk to me. I've reached out to them. Big surprise. He says this is just a front for left-wing liberals, which it is. He says they're angry about President Donald Trump's victory, which they are, and they keep holding these little protests. Where's Dale? Where's Dale? And at this point, I think the answer is Washington, D.C., guys. He got elected to Congress by everyone in his district by a huge margin. And so the answer is Washington, D.C. He's not coming to meet.
And today's number one thing you should be talking about today.
Prices are coming down. This is good. This is good. Now, it could be like a mixed bag. I mean, people could make the argument that it means the economy is slowing, and I think that's something that you might want to think about. But let's remember, when prices come down a little bit from their record highs, this is good. It makes people feel better about their current status as long as they have not lost their jobs or something like that. So this is good. The price of eggs are still coming down, with wholesale eggs prices falling to $4.15 a dozen from a high weeks ago. Thanks to no major bird flu outbreaks in March, yet retail prices might not drop for a couple days, and because of inventory and the caution that people will be taking over this. The Trump administration's Rapid Response 47 Twitter account, no, I will not call it X, shows that the price of eggs is down 47.3% since Inauguration Day. Gas prices down as well. That's right. A year ago, gas prices were $3.18 a gallon in the great state of Alabama. Today, the gas prices are $2.74 a gallon in the great state of Alabama. And United States Senator Tommy Tuberville is crediting President Donald Trump's policies for Alabama's average gas price dropping. Quote, Alabamians are finally seeing lower prices at the pump. Promises made, promises kept. So those prices are starting to come down. Like I said, I think there is a lag on where we're seeing these egg prices drop, but they are dropping on the wholesale level. A lot of talk was like, oh, we're going to import eggs from Denmark. Call me stupid, okay? And you can. But I don't. How long do eggs keep? Do they keep for a long time? And isn't that something that's hard to ship? I mean, I know we ship them in cartons and stuff like that, but you would think that'd be a hard thing to ship. I don't know. I call it across the world, but I don't think that's all started yet. I did learn this yesterday. What percentage do you think of national or international egg trade is, or let me try this again. What percentage of egg trade do you think is international? And the answer is 3%. The rest of it is domestic. So that's why the bird flu thing was such a big deal. Anyway, let's take a quick time out. We'll continue this conversation. You can continue any conversation with us right now. All you have to do is pick up that phone, ask those questions, including the questions for 10 with him, or make those comments right here, right now. 205-545-9950. Get that stuff in here, right now. We'll answer it at the end of the program when Tori joins us, so do not miss that. Coming up here in just a little bit, Dale Strong will be with us. We'll talk with him about some things that are going on, including some of that stuff you heard in the 7 things you should be talking about today. So don't miss that. That's coming up here in just a second. Before we go, let me ask you the question. Are you seeing egg prices come down? Let me know. 205-545-9950. We'll be right back right here on the fastest hour of radio anywhere on your radio dial.
You're listening to News and Views with Dale Jackson.